Good day to you, fellow Exile. The holiday season is over, GGG are back, and they got busy. And here is a summary of all the great changes coming. Maps are going to be rebalanced for better rewards. There's going to be more mobs, depending on the density and the size of the maps. And this will in turn improve the amount of drops. The tower maps, we only had the one. Now they're adding an additional 4. Not only that, the one that was there, God, it was boring and annoying. But the good news is, they completely agree with what people have been saying and now are revamping it. And it will be a lot more easier to see the mobs, and they won't be hidden in other rooms, and easier to access like a rooftop should be. More of the maps are also going to have bosses. This should hopefully help those of us that have been struggling with map waystone sustainability, as the better chance of the drops in the higher tiers are obviously from the bosses. They are also introducing a precursor tablet, and with this tablet it will add bosses to your maps within range of that tower. The strong boxes, they are going to change. I know most people probably just avoid them. I know I've started doing so because the effects and the fog and the very little rewards that you seem to get, they are addressing all of these issues. Some more great improvements on the maps. They're going to be reducing the amount of clutter, and with this less clutter it's going to be a lot easier to see the effects on the floor. And on top of that, some of the effects, they're also changing this so they will always be visible. There's going to be a better zoom on the atlas, making us be able to see far more of the map and be able to find those citadels and know where we're going. When you open up the atlas map, it's going to be faster loading. You've no longer got the time to go and grab yourself a coffee whilst it renders. And when you hover over the maps after the patch, you will also be able to see the biome that the map's in. On top of these great changes to the atlas map, even better, a lot of people have been struggling to actually find the citadels to get to the pinnacle bosses. They're going to make the citadels spawn closer to the centre of the map, along with beacons of light that will pinpoint where they are, even through the fog of war. So you can make yourself a much more direct path towards these citadels. When it comes to lead mechanics, Delirium did have some bugs with the fog. They are now fixing that, along with more of the, I'll pronounce this wrong, along with more simulacrums dropping. When you do the ritual omens, you will now find in the tribute window 60% more often. And with the expedition, with the changes they make, we may actually even find items of use from the trader. Speaking of items, they're going to be reducing the amount of less useless mod, or less of the bad mods they said, on items. They will also be buffing and fixing some of the issues that have been shown up on the higher tier items. Runes that have been socketed into gear, you can now overwrite. This is extra. I'm sure this will please a lot of exiles that have been asking for this. There will also be specific monsters and boss rebalancing. This will be a large list of changes. For this, they said the list was too long and you'll have to wait for the patch notes. Item filters are not available for console players, but they're addressing this, and you will be able to subscribe to grab the app in the same way that you can on Path of Exile 1. With the pinnacle bosses, those that have actually got this far, the Arbiter of Ash, they will be giving you 6 tries. And this will be the case also with other pinnacle bosses, just the Arbiter of Ash to start with. They plan on making the other pinnacle bosses have the same number of attempts as well. One of the pinnacle bosses, it seems, has been kidding people a lot more than the other ones, and that is Jamanara. That's how I pronounce it anyway. And the nerf bat is coming, and I'm sure that will be welcomed by anyone that has fought this boss. There will also be a lot of buffs and item changes to the uniques that drop, as most of the time at the moment I think people just ignore them or disenchant them to get the orb chance. These are great changes coming. I'm sure there will be many more to come. I just hope on a personal level that they see sense with the trial of Sakhimus and sort that out once and for all. I hope you have even more fun in Path of Exile 2 after these changes are implemented. I'll see you soon, and take it easy.